I think that the best way for me to present this model for you is to show you how I would do it um, for an assignment. So I'm going to actually go through this as if I'm the student doing this assignment. I've already gone through I've read the assignment and I have given a summary here, and you can read that on your own because you'll have a copy of this also. But I looked through the course competencies and I can see that all of these are course competencies that would be supported by this project. As long as I demonstrate those skills by showing how to use the tools that we will purchase. I've also come in here and written what the task breakdown is. So first I have to write the grant with the group. I have to write paragraphs. I have to take those paragraphs to a tutor. I have to create the examples and add those to a binder and then actually complete the whole binder. After that, I need to order the supplies. Hopefully we get the money from the grant, and take those and fill the binder and then plan my visit with the kiddos. But right now I'm really concerned about this completing the binder portfolio, because this needs to be completed and turned in by week 12, by Monday of week 12. So I'm going to have to complete this by week 11 since it's due on Monday. Which means I better make sure that I start this particular task of putting that binder together with everything in week 10. What am I going to need for it? How long will it take me and what resources will I use? Well, for that portion of it, what resources am I going to use? I'm going to use what the tutor showed me. So I'm going to fix all of my paragraphs. And I'm going to use also the examples that I wrote and the paragraphs. That's what I'm going to use. How long will it take me? Once I get that done, I think I'm going to give myself 1 to 2 hours just to compile it. And hopefully it'll be done before that, but just in case. I have to create the examples and add them. So I'm going to need school supplies because I actually have to make the note cards, Post-its, copies of my declared class textbook so that I can highlight. That's probably going to take me 2 to 3 hours because I have to make them one example for 5 different things. So I'm going to count on that. I need to have that done. I had to have it ready by week 10, so my artificial due date that I'm giving myself is week 10, which means I better, since that's going to be 3 hours at least, I better start that during my homework time in week 9. I have to write the grant. Let me start from here. What resources will I use? My group. How long will it take me? Probably 1 to 2 hours, I'm thinking, because I have to fill it out. I haven't looked at it yet. When will it be completed? Well, I have to turn it in on in week. It has to be turned in week 8, and right now it's week 7. So I better start looking at that. I better make sure I am ready to work with my group so that when I work with my group in week 8, I don't have to have any extra time outside of class. I have to write my paragraphs, and that's going to mean a computer and just time. That's really all I need for that. Maybe I need my notes from class. It's going to take me probably 30 minutes, but I have to do it times 5 because I have 5 paragraphs. So that would be 2.5 hours. So I'm going to say 2 to 3 hours probably to write that. And then I have to take them to, once I get them written, I have to take them to a tutor. So I need to use the tutor as my resource at the Academic Skills Center. How long will it take me? Probably an hour. but I have to schedule it because if I go in there when they're busy, I won't get in during the week I need to do it. So, and when do I have to have this done? I said I needed my paragraphs so I could create the examples. I really need to have my paragraphs by week 10 so that I can use them. So I better get to the tutor in week 9 so that I can have it done by week 10, which means I better finish writing my paragraphs by week 9, which means I better start them in week 8, which means I better start my paragraphs next week. But at least I know, and I'll be able to get them done. That's how you use this Analyzing Assignments for College Success, and you can use this for your other classes, but it's a matter of breaking down your assignments into pieces that you can use, figuring out what you can use to help you, figuring out how much time you think it will take, and then putting in due dates where you impose the due date. This right here, I'm going to bold because that's the due date given to me by the professor. And this right here is the due date given to me by the professor. So if those I know, then I can work backwards to see when I need to start so that I am ready to get that in on time, stress-free. I hope this helps.